So TD shipment, we have three phase: scheduling, loading, and delivery confirmation. Scheduling, you can see this is loading, and this is delivery confirmation. And the last screen it is vehicle. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Scheduling means when a manual bulk scheduling, manual and auto scheduling is there. Now
Okay,
we
sir.
are discussing manual scheduling. Scheduling means it's a planning.
Okay, sir.
Like you know that sales order. Sales order
Okay,
means
sir.
customer created an order. It's
Okay,
not
sir.
actualized. It's a planning. Sales order like contract. When you do the contract, it's a mutual agreement from one party to another party. Okay,
Okay,
we
sir.
both done the contract for a year, 2 years, 3 years, or multiple years. And when you
Okay, sir.
create an order, that time customer raise an order. Okay, I need that 100 units, and for that that sold to, he has raised the order, and
Mhm.
then it has shipped to. It is delivered to the customer. Then the invoice party then raise the invoice.
Mhm.
When we talk about that shipment, like
Mhm.
scheduling part in TD shipment, scheduling means it's a planning. We
Mhm.
scheduled. After
Okay,
scheduled, in the scheduling, like as I mentioned, you can see in the screen, in the schedule part, in the delivery, always in the schedule part, what is the delivery? Outbound
okay,
delivery. Because inbound we are not using scheduling. Outbound always you use scheduling. Outbound
okay,
delivery.
sir.
Outbound, inbound, and reservation. In both three cases, scheduled means in that scheduling section, we use that document. Outbound means that SD, and inbound means when the purchase process are started. Reservation means some kind of reservation, means a stock reservation kind of things. We are doing that reservation. So for that reason, we always say it's a scheduling. And
Okay, sir.
vehicle assignment. In vehicle, what are the vehicle we are used? Who is the driver? What type of vehicle it is used? What is the vehicle number? Driver name? Driver, it's a registered driver or not? All those parameters are coming in the vehicle.
Okay, sir.
Like in vehicle, like all the compartment and all the details are coming.
Okay, sir.
Also in that, have you already seen that scheduling? You have that SAP screen, right? Scheduling, loading, delivery confirmation. Do you have that screen? Have you already seen that? How that
Uh,
screen looks like?
yes, sir. Screen I looks like, but cycle I have not seen, sir. Complete cycle I have not seen. The
Cycle you have not
sequence,
seen.
yes, sir. So
Hmm.
when we do some live time, that only maybe that time I'll get a fair idea. Sir, here I have one doubt.
Okay,
The scheduling, assignment of outbound, inbound, reservation. So these all are related to our bulk oil only, right, sir? Bulk petrol, diesel, that only.
correct, correct. Whenever we say TD shipment, that always it's a bulk. TD means
Bulk.
bulk. TD always bulk.
Okay, sir. So this in O4 F1, this all transaction happens, correct, na, sir?
Correct. O for F1, this is the standard transaction O for F1.
So now what
Like
you
you
are
know that
referring is,
standards in O for F1, like we are using like a TPP, transportation planning point. As you know, in the standard shipment also we're using TPP. Also bulk shipment we have TPP. Shipment type, what are the shipment type we are using? Whether it is a bulk material or bulk, there are different parameters are there. Country wise, based on the nature of that material, nature of that delivered process, we're using the shipment type, vehicle, and
okay,
delivery document. Come to that loading part. Loading, the
okay,
transaction code is O4G1.
okay, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
So
yes.
one thing I'll mention over here. O for F1, that is the create shipment. O for F2, that is the change shipment. O for F3, that is the display shipment.
Okay, sir.
Scheduling.
Okay, sir.
And O for G1. O for G1, that is the load confirmation, and create and change. We use only the single transaction, that is the O for G1.
Okay, sir.
We can create over here, and in the same transaction, we can change the load part.
Okay, sir. Got it, sir.
And you can see that, and in scheduling, we have status 1 and status 2, partially loaded
Yes.
and fully loaded. Means partially scheduled, fully scheduled.
Okay, sir.
And the scheduling, loading, and delivery confirmation, it has started with six status. Six status means your our delivery confirmation has done. The process has completed. Schedule,
Okay, sir.
whenever we say status 1 and 2, it's come under schedule part, partially scheduled and fully scheduled. And
Okay, sir.
loading means when you come about that status 3 and 4, partially loaded and fully loaded.
Okay, sir.
And in that loading transaction, we manually or automatically we enter loading storage location, enter that batch or valuation type, actual
Okay.
load quantity, because
Okay.
whenever we scheduled, we can differentiate whatever they scheduled, we can change that value in that loading while doing that loading. For example, like in the sales order, we have mentioned 100 quantity, but while the delivery, we do that 50 quantity, we do that delivery also PGI, we have done 50 quantity. In shipment
Okay,
also, you
sir.
can do the same process, whatever the scheduled, as I mentioned, it's a planning part. For example,
Mhm.
we do that 100 quantity we scheduled, 50 quantity we can do that loading.
Okay.
Here it comes that oil quantity calculation loading confirmation, quantity in different unit of measure. Oil quantity calculation and loading confirmation, QCA, quantity conversion. Conversion part
Okay.
always comes into that loading.
Okay, sir.
In that delivered scenario or pickup scenario, in delivered scenario, two steps it's coming. In pickup scenario, whenever I say pickup scenario, it's coming into the delivery, and the delivered scenario, it's coming into that loading. Loading means entity shipment. O4FG1, it's coming into that loading part, quantity conversion.
Sir, one doubt, sir.
And
Sir, this pickup scenario, delivery scenario, what is the difference, sir? Delivery means from, say, plant to customer, plant itself delivering. That is okay, sir. Pickup scenario means what is that, sir?
Pickup scenario means, that delivered scenario and pickup scenario. The difference between delivered and pickup scenario is pickup scenario, customer come to your premises and he take his own vehicle and he
Okay.
do that loading
Okay,
and
sir.
unloading. He do that loading part, and that we come and we mention it's a pickup scenario. We are not
Okay.
using our own vehicle. Customer using his own vehicle.
Okay. Okay, sir.
When we are using our own vehicle,
Okay, sir.
that time we come it as and we mention it's a delivered scenario.
Okay, sir.
And as I mentioned, like scheduling status 1 and status 2. Status 1 partial scheduled and create of TD shipment. We can say in that partial scheduled, fully scheduled. Then vehicle assignment, driver assignment, compartment, all the details should be in clean and clear. That time we can say it's a fully scheduled. Loading,
Okay.
whenever we say loading, it's a partially loaded and fully loaded. Partially loaded means enter loading storage location, enter load batch validation type, enter actual loading quantity, oil quantity conversion, and quantity in different unit of measure. That time we
Okay.
say it's a partially loading. Fully loading means this parameter should come. Enter loading storage location, enter load batch validation type, enter actual loading quantity, oil quantity calculation and loading confirmation, quantity in different unit of measure.
Okay,
Whenever we
sir.
say delivery
Difference.
confirmation, sorry.
Sir, differ here partially loaded means, say, out of, say, for example, sales order 100 KL is there. So if he's taking 50 means that is partial. It comes like that, sir. This partial and complete loaded. That is the difference.
Partially loaded and fully loaded, the difference between, see, if you do that partially loading, then you cannot do that at delivery confirmation. So partially loaded means our loading has not completed. Partially loaded, for example, as you said, like 100K, we are doing that scheduling, and 50K, we are doing that loading. How come it will be possible? When you
Okay.
do that, we can do that 50. If you take that 50K, then 50K we do that fully loaded. We can take
Okay.
scheduled, as I mentioned, while doing that scheduling, 100 quantity we can use. But
Okay, sir.
there are some issues with that. Some product might be it has broken, or some, that quality issue that product, then we have used only 50 quantity. Then 50 quantity
Okay.
we do that fully loading. Okay, so whenever you see that status 3 and the status 4, these parameters are coming, you can see
Okay.
that enter loading storage location. Here also it is mentioning entering
Same.
loading storage location, enter load batch valuation, enter quantity in these both are status 3 and 4. These things are there, but while doing that save, there are a few errors are coming, like excise duty issues. Sometimes that some batch issue, some issues are coming.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
that time
Okay.
we correct and recorrect those details and do that fully loaded. Then after doing that fully loaded, that the delivery confirmation coming. Delivery confirmation means partially confirmed or fully confirmed. And okay, before coming to that point, that like bulk shipment type. Uh, any idea about that shipment type? Standard shipment might be, you know that.
So this
Do you know that
TD, I
about
know
the
that.
shipment? Bulk?
Yeah,
Just
that
tell me about that
TR.
shipment type. Shipment
No.
type normally
Mhm.
we mentioned over here shipment type. So normally we use shipment type. What is the shipment type? Shipment type means what kind of that mode of transport we are using.
Okay.
Whether we are using truck, rail, pipeline, ship. These are
Okay.
the mode of transport. These are the transport we are using while delivering the product, like whether it is a truck, whether it is a rail, pipeline, or ship.
Okay.
Always, whenever we use daily shipment, that time always, mostly 90% chances we have used
Okay.
truck or rail. But in
Okay.
HM process, TSW process, we use pipeline, ship. In that case, we under sometimes rail. But truck,
Okay.
whenever we say truck, that time we use always steady shipment. For example, like using the bulk shipment type, it is possible to determine the means of transport like road, sea, air, etc. for the shipment. And
Okay.
additionally, it is possible to define the shipment unit of measure. All shipment quantities are converted to the shipment unit of measure, and which is unit of measure to display the planning quantities during the scheduling at the time. And
Okay, sir.
transportation planning point. Any idea on this? What is transportation planning point? Transportation planning point, normally we have used TPP. Short term is TPP. Transportation planning point, it's represent a group of employees responsible for planning transportation. So
Okay.
a transportation planning point can be cover one or many shipping points.
Okay.
Like transportation planning points are independent or other organizational unit of that logistic module. So basically,
Okay, sir.
transportation planning point represents a group of employees of planning of transportation.
Okay. Okay, sir.
We can use in transportation planning point many deliveries we can use in one transportation planning point.
Okay, sir.
Like as I said, transportation planning point. There are many master data also. It is used in scheduling part, like your vehicle master.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
vehicle master. Before creating that scheduling, you need to use that vehicle master. You need to create
Okay.
driver details, compartment, vehicle master. You should have TPP. TPP and shipment type, delivery document, whether it is inbound, outbound, or reservation, and for vehicle master. These four things that is the mandatory. Without that, you cannot
Okay.
create scheduling.
Okay, sir.
After doing that scheduling, we'll do that loading.
Okay, sir. Sir, one thing I am finding it hard to understand. This partially load, completely loaded. That means, say, physically it happens, but in that case, we will shall we need to declare that it's completely loaded instead of 100, but we are taking it 50 because of some constraints in the field. So we are only able to load. I mean, plant able to load only 50. That time we have to declare it like completely loaded in SAP or somewhere, or what happens, sir, in this case?
Sorry, come again, please.
Say for example, partial shipment creation, full shipment creation. Here, partially loaded, full load, completely loaded. So, as per your last time, you explained that out of say 100 KL, only 50 only we could able to load because of field issues. Okay. So after that, in the same loading confirmation, we have to tick put some tick or some check mark that to declare that it's completely loaded, or what happens in the system level if that truck gets partially loaded.
See, if truck gets partially loaded, then our fully loading will not confirm. That time your status always on three status, and we
Okay.
cannot go ahead to do that full loading. If you're not doing
Okay.
that full loading, then delivery confirmation will not confirm.
Okay.
So always loading means always full, completely loading.
Okay.
Okay. So if it is
Okay.
partially loading, then we can see why it has partial loading. Where the issues? Is it different some conversion issue? It is the cause of a batch issue? Is it cause of what kind of storage location they have used?
Okay. These
And
things are at the level in the SAP level, sir. You are talking about, or in the field level, sir. In SAP level only you are talking about, correct, na, sir?
I am talking about that SAP. Non-SAP,
Okay.
if you are talking about non-SAP, for For example, after that schedule, like customer, we use our own vehicle already, because whenever we use that delivered scenario, that time we use our own vehicle. So while
Correct, sir.
doing that loading, we see that there are some issues with the quality issue, or there are some material has got damaged, and we are not doing that. We are not loaded that, that completely loaded. There are few compartments are still open, and
Okay.
we have not loaded. That time, of course, it's not fully loaded.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
then we need to use what kind of batch we have used, what kind of, okay, in there are few storage locations are there. Which storage
Mhm.
location we have used, whether it is a warehouse stock, whether it has a company stock, and whether we have used that storage location is a company storage location or other storage location. Might be some driver issue. Many pros and cons, many reasons are there because
Okay.
that fully loaded has not done.
Okay.
So the points which are mentioned are there: loading storage location, load batch, what kind of valuation, whether it is a taxable or untaxable, actual loaded quantity, whether we are doing that for how much quantity we are loading, quantity conversion QC parameter, like how much temperature we are giving while loading
Okay.
the material
Okay.
into the compartment. Then after doing that, any questions with this scheduling and loading?
Understood, sir. What you mean to say that if only it's, for example, say, sir, shipment creation, only we have to do complete creation only. Partially, SAP will not allow. So for that, we have to check what
Correct.
reasons behind it, and we have to make it fully
Yeah,
loaded.
SAP can allow to that partially loaded, but we have
Okay.
to do that for to complete the scenario, to complete the process, we have to do that fully loading. Then if it
Understood,
is,
sir.
if
Understood.
okay, there are some issues are happening, system are not allowing that fully loading.
Okay.
Then we can see that, we'll check that why it is not fully loading. While doing that fully loading,
Yeah.
some batch issues, some kind of issues, as I mentioned over here, some issues are coming. Then we
Okay,
can
sir.
see
Okay.
that
I got it, sir.
if why these issues are coming, then we rectify those errors. After that, it will allow to do that fully loading.
Sir,
Then
your
come to the
screen has,
delivery.
yes, sir. Now screen has come. Correct, sir.
Then come to the delivery confirmation. The transaction over we use O for H1, that is the delivery confirmation, create and change. Do you see my screen?
Yes, sir. I can see your screen.
Because why I'm asking, there some sound is coming. And whenever you face any kind of issue, just ping me immediate.
Yes, sir. Now I can
O
see
for
your
H.
screen, sir.
So T code O for H1, delivery confirmation, create and change, status 5 and status 6. Partially confirmed and fully confirmed, completely confirmed. Partially
Okay, sir.
confirmed when I say, in case of delivery activity not done for all the line items, gain or loss. Gain or loss calculated in that delivery confirmation.
Okay.
If the vehicle not closed, there is some issue with the compartment, enter actual discharge quantity, how much you do that loading, the discharge, if the same quantity has not discharged, oil quantity calculation and delivery confirmation, conversion
Okay.
quantity in different that conversion you can check in that loading and delivery confirmation. So apart from that, that if there is any unflag the parcel delivery confirmation, active the vehicle closed flag, gain or loss, enter the appropriate region code, gain or loss. These are the parameters are there. If there is any
Okay.
kind of issue with these details, then the delivery confirmation will not done completely. So
Okay.
delivery confirmation, T code is over for H1, create and change. We can use the both, the single transaction for both purpose, create and change.
Sir, I have one doubt, sir, here. Sir, this loss gain posting, will it happen customer end? I mean, at the say retail outlet, at their end it will happen, or in the plant level only we will post loss by gain, or how this loss by gain works, sir, actually?
See, loss and gain, it has happened. See, how much we have loaded, the same quantity we have to deliver.
Correct, sir.
Okay, so if the
Okay.
same quantity has not delivered, that time we see that why there is a difference. What are the issues are there? What are the quantity we have loaded? Why it has not discharged completely?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so whenever we have loaded, for example, 100 quantity we have loaded into the in one compartment,
Okay,
and
sir.
while delivered to that customer premises, they have some, that in petrol pump they have that storage location. We can say it's a storage location, and we
Yes,
loaded that quantity into that, that
storage
into
location.
that box, and one that iron pipe is there. So we loaded all the quantities over there. So the temperature, there is some because as I mentioned earlier, it's a oil, it's a fuel items. It's always morning time when you go to any petrol pump. That time, that the petrol label, it's a thickness is different, and if you'll come around 1 p.m. or 2 p.m., the thickness is something different. For that reason,
Okay.
people go to the petrol pump early morning to fill the petrol.
Yes, sir.
And so it's always based on the temperature. Based on the temperature, it's always increase or decrease. And
Okay, sir.
also quantity variation is there. So gain and loss, some percentage always, that is applicable. If it is beyond to that, then we calculate like, okay, we have done that. We calculate how much it is gain percentage and loss percentage. We calculate into the delivery confirmation time. And
Mhm.
delivery confirmation always happened from that, from that customer side, not the customer, from that company side. And customer, of course, they will calculate in both the side. We notify if the customer use
Okay.
his own vehicle in the pickup scenario. That time gain and loss we do not calculate. We calculate gain or loss only in delivered scenario. And
Oh,
always company said it has to calculate.
okay. So, sir, gain and loss is only on delivery scenario. In pickup scenario, there is no such point. Correct, na, sir?
Correct.
So that's why, sir, I have seen few these tankers. They will always travel with invoices. So once
Hmm.
invoice generated means everything has been done. So that is the typical example of pickup scenario. Correct, na, sir?
Because the customer take their own vehicle, and they use our storage location and to load it all the how much quantity it has decided. Okay, based on that delivery, based on that order, they have loaded, okay, this much of quantity you are loading. They come to our premises and loaded all the quantity. And
Okay,
that
sir.
time we do not use that again or loss. Clear?
Clear, sir.
This is the vehicle. And here you can see that master data related to the 3D shipment process, transportation distribution process, master data, transport unit, vehicle, O3 defaults, mode of transport. As you mentioned, road, rail, marine, barge, pipeline, unit of measure, weight, kg, weight in kg or volume. L means liter, weight LB US pound, volume usually. Yeah, these details they it used not in India. For any foreign company, they have used these details, this information.
The O3 defaults also come into master data. Na? Normally, sir, here
Correct.
master data means okay, and they will mention
O3
only
default
transport
means
unit,
it's a master data.
vehicle, and driver only. They will mention normally. Normally, TD master data means they will mention only transport unit, vehicle, and driver master data only. This O3 defaults, the other things normally they won't mention, but here you have given some in the broader picture.
O3 defaults, yes, yes. O3 default, that is also related to the
Master
master
data.
data. Here we have used which plant we have used, what is the material, what is the storage location we have used.
Okay, sir.
Based on that,
Yes.
O3 defaults, that is mandatory. And the O3 defaults in both the case we can use in the delivery level, also in the segment level.
Okay, sir.
And here you can see that vehicle, transport unit, compartment, prime mover, and secondary. You can see that this is a transport unit. Here it is mentioned compartment. Here it is a meter. In every, this is one compartment. This is another compartment.
Okay, sir.
In one compartment, like the color is different. Here you can use like some quality of
MS,
oil, of fuel.
MS diesel or ATF, we can say like that.
So here we can use different. In one compartment, there are many segments are there. In one compartment, there are many. Here, this is the transport unit. The three.
Yes.
This is one wagon. Wagon. This is another wagon. In
Okay, sir.
one wagon, for example, like you think it's a truck. Sorry, it's a train. In train,
Trailer.
many wagons are there.
Okay.
Rail. Many wagons are there. In one wagon, many compartments are there. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so in many compartments, like in different that quality of oils, quality of fuels can be stored. And in every compartment, they have stored that meter and temperature also. They have mostly in delivered scenario we use truck. Rail also we have used, but sometimes. Mostly in
Okay,
that
sir.
TSW scenario, we used like rail, pipeline, barge. Barge, whenever we say barge, it's a kind of big, that
Floating
more than
device,
a
na sir?
ship. Barge, it's a floating device. It's a, that
Okay.
where all the, all the big items, big compartments, sorry, yes, big transport units. Transport
Okay, sir.
units, a big kind of cargo kind of things we have used. Normally, we
Okay,
say
sir.
it's a cargo, right?
Okay.
That is used in the ship. We can say it's a barge. Pipeline
Okay, sir.
also it is used. Marine, rail, road, this kind of. Okay, so in today's call, I'll finish this call now, and I just give that brief idea about the TD segment. What is the scheduling, loading, and delivery confirmation.
Okay.
Tomorrow, I'll show you that that scenario. I'll run the
Okay.
scenario how
Okay, sir.
the TD segment have
Configuration and
used.
complete cycle.
Configuration, I'll show it in after 3 4 class.
Okay, sir.
I'll show that. The delivery should be always open delivery. The reason we are creating that a delivered scenario, in
Okay.
delivered scenario, delivery, that we are doing that shipment process. Delivered scenario means it's a
Okay.
TD shipment, and
Okay.
always we doing the delivered scenario like in TD shipment where we doing that scheduling, loading, and delivery confirmation. So in this process, delivery always open because all the delivery confirmation will do that complete the delivery means complete the PGI.
Okay. There we'll do
Clear?
in O4 H1.
Yeah, O for H1, correct. That's the delivery confirmation.
Okay, sir, where that we can find out it's open or closed, sir, in this delivery scenario, how we will find out that this is open delivery?
Open delivery, you can check that PGI status. Either you can check in that, once you do the delivery confirmation, the status should be 6. Yesterday, if you remember, as I mentioned,
Yes,
partially
sir.
scheduled, partially loading, fully loading, partially, that delivered and fully delivered, like that. If it is the status 6 means fully confirmed. Fully confirmed
Oh,
means that PGI also done and the goods has that sent to the
okay. Any
customer
T code is
premises.
there, sir, for this, sir, to find out the status? Any T code or something, sir?
You can check like O4 F3.
By keying in bulk shipment number or sales or which
Correct,
parameter we have
correct.
to key?
O4 F3, that is the shipment
Oh,
document number.
shipment number we have to
Put
put.
that shipment number you have to put. So this delivery is the open delivery. You can see the status overview by goods movement is A, T and S transportation planning status is A, and so this is the open delivery. So this is the scheduling page.
Okay. Okay, sir.
So this is the very important things.
Scheduling document type something you mentioned, sir, there. Shipment type.
Correct.
That number, what it indicates, sir, 1100.
Double one
Yes,
zero
sir.
six. It's a road delivered.
It is it a standard one, sir? We
Double one
use
zero
for
six.
all
That
this.
is the road delivered. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yesterday
Okay,
in the
sir.
call, I have explained you all those details. Vehicle master creation T code O for V1, O for V2, O
Yes,
for
sir.
V3. Create, change, and display.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
before creating the vehicle, we have to create the transport unit. What is transport unit? Transport unit. It's a in one compartment. There are many units are there.
Okay,
Compartment
sir.
one, compartment two, and compartment three, and all those compartment contains into one transport units. So here you can see the to create that transport unit. The transaction code is O4C1. O4C1, that is create transport unit.
Okay, sir.
We have to create that a transport unit. What is a transport unit? In a vehicle, there are many transport units are there. In a single transport unit,
Okay.
many compartments are there. And in each
Okay.
compartment, we store the crude oils, otherwise refined oils. In the transport unit, you can see that the transport unit type, whether it is a prime mover, whether it is a trailer, rail, vessel. Based on that, it is
Okay, sir.
divided. Physical type,
Okay.
prime mover, mode of transport, whether it is a road, rail. Based on that, it is divided.
Okay,
Also,
sir.
the transport unit. What is the maximum capacity of that transport unit? Okay, in each
Okay, sir.
compartment, this is the transport unit, and the transport unit added
Okay.
into the vehicle master. You can
Okay.
see
Sir,
this is
here
the
I have one
vehicle.
doubt, sir. Sir, for example, in TSW we use a rail. Correct, na, sir. Rail transportation we use. So for
Correct.
that rail, particular rail, this vehicle master data shall be created here only by O4 C1 only, or any other code is there, sir?
Vehicle master is O for V1. Vehicle master.
O4 V1. Okay, sir. So I mean here only by using O4 V1 and O4 C1 only, we, even though it's for rail also, we create here only.
See, rail, truck, sea, whatever the mode of transport, you should not think about that mode of transport. Based on that mode of transport, the transaction code will be different. It's not like that. Vehicle master means this is the transaction
Okay,
code.
sir.
Whether it is a road with truck, rail, barge, ship, whatever it is, this is the standard
Okay,
T
sir.
code. And here you can
Okay, got
use
it, sir.
any of these mode of transport. You can see here maximum weight is 7689. If you upload more than 7689, for example, your
Okay, sir.
delivery quantity is 8000. So it will take, when you click the compartment, it will take 7689. Also, quantities will be left. Few
Okay,
quantity
sir.
also it will be left. Here the capacity is 5200. We have added 2200. If it is
Okay,
if
sir.
5200 capacity, if we add 6000, then it will continue 5200. Second remaining quantity we can add
Compartment.
it here.
In the second compartment, sir.
These are the transport units. In the vehicle master, this is the mandatory thing. Driver shift. On which shift it has come. Shift 1, 2, 3.
Okay, sir.
When you
Okay,
create
sir.
that vehicle master, this is the mandatory thing. So
Okay.
route
So
details also
this
we have
way,
updated in that.
where it comes, sir, driver shift, it comes in O4 D1, or carrier means what, sir? It is engine? Is it in prime mover?
No, no. Carrier means it's a driver. Carrier
Okay.
means it's a driver, not engine. The person name is Ulusoy Sehayat Nakilier.
Okay. They means kind of name of the transporter, isn't it, sir? Carrier.
Correct, correct. Here that transport unit, whether it is a primary mover or trailer, single unit, here we can divide it. The prime mover. Many transport units are there. Prime mover means it's
Okay.
engine or what? And trailer. Trailer means that is not engine. Like
Okay.
that tractor. Tractor there are
Yes, sir.
only one dala is there behind that.
Yes, sir.
That is not engine.
Yes, sir.
Where we loaded the, you can say it's a trailer. Stages refers to on which stage our product is there. Here it is a loading and delivery confirmation. Here it indicates it's a delivery, outbound delivery. Here it indicates reservation, shipping notification.
Okay.
What kind of delivery it is. You can see that route master, vehicle details, all the details are.
D means delivery, correct, sir? R means reserved. S means
S means shipping notification. L means loading indicator. Shipment item loading indicator. And this is the discharge indicator.
okay, sir. At this stage, sir, now we are only in shipment creation only, correct, na, sir?
Correct, correct.
Okay, scheduling is done, but by using the document number, we can check the stages also. I mean, after some time, like that, correct, na, sir? After some time.
See, stages, it is something different. See,
Hmm.
status we can look here. Now it is status schedule. Status
Two.
is
Okay.
scheduled. Do not follow these stages. Only you have to follow
Okay.
what is the status. Clearly it has mentioned. Stages means here from where it has the departure start, departure point and the destination point.
Okay.
The departure point, Austria, and the destination point,
Okay, sir.
this is not required. Document quantities also does not require this tab. Our main focus should be header, vehicle, document, compartment planning. Sometimes we require stages and maintain stages. And here we have that output type, header and I. For example, from interface we got that shipment. We get this shipment details through IDOC. This document is reference. Reference it refers to what is the delivery document number. Sometimes not, sorry, reference refers to what is the shipment number. From
Okay.
third party, they send a few details to GSAP to SAP, and
Okay.
through SAP we get that IDOC. So this is
Okay.
reference. It's only for tracking purpose.
Okay, sir.
Now we'll create that O4G1, put that shipment number. Default it is showing loading date is 11, loading time, document date. It has all the details it grab from schedule.
Okay, sir.
Click on that load bulk, and here batch and storage location you have to maintain it manually. You don't know what is the batch number, check it here. There are many storage locations are there.
Okay, sir.
This is the quantity conversion.
How it has come,
Here
sir? After
also
clicking on material, sir, it has reflected.
correct. No, no. After putting that batch and storage location, to press enter.
Okay.
This. page will automatically pop.
Sir, can you just show, sir, how this quantity conversion result is reflecting in invoice or at
Correct.
some point?
I'll explain. This is first you should know how the loading got create, delivery
Okay.
confirmation got create. Then I'll come
Okay.
to this QSA parameter. Once you put that batch storage location, then all those QSA parameter came automatically.
Mm.
It has calculate your temperature and what is the if it is a liter or any other parameter. Based on that,
Mhm.
it has calculated. Okay, transport unit, you can see it. This detail is coming from vehicle master. Click on the balance document, select, click on allocate. This is activate button. Activation has been carried out. Zero compartment. Now you can confirm the loading. Your loading document will be created. Now once I press enter, then you
Okay.
can see the status. Means that loading has done. This is O for G1 and display O for G2. So if you find any issues over here in the loading, then you can make it correction. Here you can do necessary changes if any issues are there.
Okay, sir.
Reverse only no if any notification required.
Sir, here, what are the mandatory fields to be entered, sir? In O4 G1 shipment
Batch
number
and
we have.
storage location.
Okay,
Batch
sir.
scheduled means
Okay,
that the shipment number got created.
okay, sir.
Use that shipment number, batch and storage location, and here that reference. The reference number, if you see into that scheduled
From
tab, there,
uh,
there you can see that reference tab is there. So here the mandatory field here batch,
storage location and reference.
then click on that balance document and select this and activate. Once you that activate and confirm, then your loading document got generated. Now coming to the point like a QCI parameter. This is the display decode O3 QCI test. Here you can see that it is the temperature, metal temperature is there, test temperature, test density, all those details we can see.
So it is O3 QCI test. Here, sir, we what is the input parameters? Material we have to give, plant and storage location we have to give. Then only this data screen reflects.
Correct. Material plant, storage location, transaction quantity, and
Okay.
liter 15. This is the creation of O3 default, creation of conversion group. Creation of a conversion group that is O3 defaults.
Okay, sir.
O3 defaults.
Okay.
Material, so plant, if you put that metal and plant, these parameters will come and we can add all those details over here. Where conversion group has updated, the metal master oil specific data is there. Their conversion group has updated.
So that at what level? What is the T code, sir? MM01. There we have to, sir. You
No,
are
no.
referring.
MM03 Metal Master. Metal Master oil specific data tab.
Okay, that's only for display or creation, sir.
O3 defaults, that is the creation of including your material plant. There you will activate the quantity conversion. Before that, the prerequisite steps are first of all the conversion group should update in your metal master with the
Okay, sir.
plant
Okay.
say metal. Then you can eligible to create quantity. You can create O3 defaults. O3 defaults. What is O3 defaults? O3 defaults where we update based on that material, plant, storage location, quantity, all those parameters are there, like additional quantities, liter 15, what is the kg, all the parameters we add it in that O3 defaults.
Sir, one doubt here, sir. Sir, before going for this O3 defaults, what is the, for example, first I have to create a material, correct, na, sir?
But to create O3 defaults, first of all, we need to understand what is the material, plant, storage location we have.
Okay.
See my screen, right?
Yes, sir. The loading confirmation screen is coming, sir, now. Still display loading confirmation screen is coming, sir. Bulk shipment, transport location. Yeah, now it has come, sir. O3 defaults.
You can see with the material, many plants are there. Any
Okay.
plant, I will click it here. You can see the temperature and all. Here we need
Okay.
to select, and here flag is the activate, and click this flag. Then the O3 defaults, will create that O3 defaults for that particular plant. Now we'll create, click on that button all, select this, click on this activate proposal, otherwise click on that document overview, select this, activate, then click on confirm.
Here I have one doubt, sir. This load
You can
quantity,
see
what is
the
reflecting?
status is 6. Here you can see that vehicle. 29761 is already completed. Current status is 6.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Mm.
tell me.
Sir, here, sir, recently we have seen that, in previous slide, we have seen quantity conversion interface results. So their load quantity is 3 KL, and
Mhm.
there it has shown some results. That results where we are actually using, sir. We are doing quantity conversion interface, fine, sir, but where we are using that results in our documentation part, at
Correct.
least in this, that I want to see, sir.
Quantity conversion part normally it has used to maintain the temperature and how many quantities were used. For example, while loading, I in that particular compartment in that transport unit, I have loaded 1,000 quantity. That is the loading part.
Okay.
And doing the delivery confirmation, how much quantity we have discharged.
Okay.
So those details we can see it in that transaction level. How much quantity we have loaded, the same quantity have we discharged or not. So here
Okay.
there are some gain or loss percentage are there. If it is gain or if it is loss, that calculation has done into that level. Test
Okay.
temperature, test density, this density. These are the details are there.
Okay, sir. Sir, what my point is that,
Uh,
sir, what is the T code, sir? You use VA05N, sir, to check a list of sales orders available or in open state.
yes, yes. This is the standard one, VA05 to find out the sales order.
These are all closed or open, sir, or everyone?
I have what I did. It's not open one. All it is open or
All are.
closed, both
Oh,
one. Excise duty group. Any idea? Just wanted to know. You heard about that excise duty group. What is excise duty? Why were you
okay.
using excise duty?
Sir, excise duty, I know that if any manufacturing activity takes place, for that we have to pay excise duty to the government.
Right.
So I guess this is the I mean, process you are showing me. It is related to that one. So at system level, which all checks we need to keep, or which are the configuration levels. So that up to that I know, sir. More than that I don't know. What is the group, etc. I don't know, sir.
Yes, you're absolutely right. The product is manufactured, and once it will come out from that factory location, then
Mm.
government put that excise duty. So always excise duty in terms terminology means always that the material cost, otherwise what are the taxes it has fixed by the government. And it's depend on that material, what kind of a product we are using, whether it is a taxable or untaxable. It's depend on that product, services, and all these things are there. So excise duty. So the parameter of excise duty requires four group of parameters. The first one is that excise duty group, which is used in the material master, and another one is the handling type. It is updated in the customer master. Third one is the valuation type, which is updated in the whether it is taxable or untaxable, and
Okay.
also excise duty tax status, whether it is normally it defines whether we use that particular product, we can make it as TA means taxable, UT is untaxed, how we process that product. Okay. So coming to the point like excise duty group, excise duty group start from ED group. It defines how a material is handled in respect of tax tariff, that is used for fuel, diesel, lubricant, otherwise kerosene. So the same
Okay.
ED group for product which are treated in the same way of excise duty for purpose. So together with the handling type, the applicable tax rate will be determined for product movement. Together, when I mentioned that together with the handling type means it will ED group it has updated in that material master, oil size tab
Okay, sir.
says oil excise duty, oil excise tab. There, like in the ED group, we can see that handling tab
Okay.
it has updated in that customer master additional tab. Valuation type, valuation it's there are some table is there where you have updated that valuation type and excise duty. Excise duty, as I mentioned, like AD group, it defines how material handled in the respect to the tax drive. It is a value assigned to each set of material which are subject to the same rate of excise duty.
Okay.
For example, this is the material is there. So this is the material is there. For this material. defines is this is the oil material, and there are different types of oil, lubes, and kerosene, additive oil, bulk oil, packed fuel, packed lubes, bulk lubes. Fuel means always it consists with that bulk fuel. There is no
Okay.
packed fuel concept is there. Lubes we
Okay.
have the bulk lubes or packed lubes. Packed lubes
Okay.
means normally we'll go to the outlet and we can buy that packet 2 liter, 3 liter of engine oil and put it in our
Okay.
vehicle like that. Packed loops we can in terms of terminology we use packed loops. Bulk loops it has used like a container. Normally, if
Yes.
you go to that any service center, for example, Maruti service center,
Okay.
yeah, they have one big compartment, or there is a store in a big container that and they purchase it from that from any company like HP or BP like that. They store into that. It's a big container, so it can be a bulk, or otherwise it can be a pack. But
Okay.
fuels always it's a bulk. Fuel
Okay.
never be a pack.
Okay.
It's always in a it's stored in a
Bulk.
big container like that. So here oil specific data where that
This BV is there, no, sir? Excise duty group.
so yeah, oil specific data, it's always updated in that ED group has updated. So based on that the
Okay.
nature of the product, it has defined whether it is a what kind of excise duty it has used. You can see it here. There are a number of excise duty group is there. So that ED group, this is a two-letter is keyed by code of two-letter hereby product treated in the same way for excise duty process. There is the max balance or tax return get the same ID group. You can see it here. The different based on the product, the ID group has updated. The ID group has defined based on the nature. Because, for example, this is the fuel product. Okay, this is
Mhm.
the bulk fuel. So
Okay.
for all the material of a bulk fuel, we have same ED group. For you can see it here. For gasoline, there are another automotive gasoline, DYD, aviation gasoline, automotive gasoline, leaded gasoline. There are many ED group are there. Okay, so it is a differentiated whether it is a taxable, untaxable. Those things are defined. Marine, biodiesel, heavy fuel, additive, kerosene, gas oil. For all the nature of the product, there are a particular ED group is there. Lubes, there are different content. A lot of things are the sulfur. So normally, these ED group, additional country-specific ED groups should only be implemented in accordance with the given structure of the framework of the common ED groups, and it has used as a global ED group. Focal points should be established. So based on that, country-wise also the ED group has defined. Now coming to the point, handling type. Handling type it's updated in the metal master. Handling type is defined how a metal is delivered or purchased. How a metal is delivered or purchased, whether it is a taxable or whether it is untaxable. It is used to find the correct excise duty rate in the ED rate table. There are some ED rate table is there. It's a master data for each environment it has used. So it is used to find the correct excise duty to update in the ED rate table for in each environment. Handling type also as I mentioned, ED group it's a two-letter of word. Handling type also it's a two-letter of words. So not only common framework of handling type, but also as far as possible common handling type for comparable movement are developed. I'll show
Okay.
you that how handling type is updated.
So here somewhere, sir, handling type has not come, sir. Just like ED, it has come, but here nowhere is reflecting handling type.
Yeah, I'll show you. Handling type updated in the custom master. ISL excise duty. First of all, you need to go that custom master additional data ISL general. Here is that ISL excise duty type. We can see the handling type. So now, as I mentioned, handling type is used to find the correct ED rate in the excise duty rate table. And handling type determined from a tax point of view how a product is delivered or purchases means a tax or untaxed domestic, untaxed export, untaxed duty unpaid or not taxable. Based on that, it has decided. And handling type is mandatory for material movement. When any metal is movement process is happened, that time, whether it is a purchase or sales, that time handling type is definitely required for metal movement. And this is the sales scenario. Handling type is used both sales or purchase handling type. So together the ED group specify the applicable rate for the product movements. I'll show you that how it is used. For sales, we have used the table OIH24. From OH24, we need to update the company code. You can see there are many entries are there. So here how we need to find out. T102 is there, and valuation type storage location. Here what is the storage location we have?
Sir, earlier, sir, for table finding to find the table, we used OIGS and star star, and this is OIH24. What is the difference, sir, between these two transaction codes?
OIGS, that is the shipment header, TD shipment.
Okay, for all TD shipment, we can check OIGS from there.
No, 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 no. OIGS, that is shipment header. That is
Uh,
shipment. We are not talking about shipment. We are talking about excise duty group. Na?
Okay, no, sir. I last time I asked about tables. That time you said one T code, no, sir. OIGS star star, sir. There we can get all entries of all each and every transaction of that particular material or something. OIGS
Last time
some T
means
code
I
is
think
there.
3 to 4 class earlier, not
Yes, sir.
last time.
Yes, yes, sir.
So that time I have mentioned like OIGS star, then we'll get many tables. This is
Yeah,
all
yeah.
about your TD shipment,
Got
TD
it, sir.
shipment related things.
Okay.
Okay. This is not this is the OH tables. OH, for example, there are
Okay.
many
All
things are there. Exercise. It's not,
excellent.
and all the OH, it's not related to that. Mostly, it's related to the tax. But
Okay.
better you need to remember, like what is the OH01 ED rate, which I mentioned few minutes back. It has handling type. It has updated OH, and it has fixed that tax rate.
Okay.
OH09, it is used for stock transfer.